Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Vivian Mesomachukwu channel. I'm a graphic designer and I'm here to teach you simple tips to help your graphic design journey, especially as a newbie, or even if you've gone far, there are still tips that you might learn from my channel. So click on notification button, turn on your notification button, especially if you're a smartphone graphic designer, then this channel is really for you. So do well to turn on your notification button and be checking up on the channel for other tips that can help you grow. So today we are going to be looking into 5 simple ways create your own background. I know this is one of the biggest issues we used to experience, or have how to manipulate your backgrounds and all that. So in this video I'm going to teach you simple ways that you can blend your own background, you can create your own background. So let's get started. So first you open your Pixellab. Okay, first I normally draw a white background. I actually don't know why, but I just love doing that. I love creating. So the first step we are going to be doing is I'm going to bring in a background. I'm going to first bring in a background. Let's look for a background. Let's say I brought in this. Let's, for instance. The first one, you can actually bring in a whole background and it will give you just what you want. Do you understand? So you can actually bring in a background and it will give you just what you want. But then if you feel like you want something better, now let's look at the first one, or like call it a second one, the second step. In this one, if I don't want it to be like this, I can decide to either blur this background, or I can bring in like this and let's say I'll lock it up and bring in a shape for instance, depending what I want to achieve. This is just step 1, or maybe step 2. The first one is to bring in a full plain background, then the second one is I will blur this place, remove this, just be looking at what I'm doing. I'll close it up, then increase the blurriness to 15, and then maybe give it a color that I want it to take, depending what I actually want to achieve. So here I can decide, okay, you can see I'm creating something else. Let's see, or I can decide to make it white, depending what you actually want to do. Let me say I made it white. Let me make it white, or should I make it yellow? Any color you want. Let me just go back to white. Let me use white. I think I like this color anyways, so I can copy again. So in this way you can see you are having something else other than just you can see how it's looking, able to fade in, not necessarily reducing the opacity. If you should reduce the opacity, let us see what it will look like. If you should just reduce the opacity, this is what it will look like. You see how it's looking? It's not so nice. You get it. This thing will make your design look low. You get so, but strategically using this, see, I'll be able to achieve something different. Your background is still nice, still maintain the opacity, and you can see how it gave a different outlook. Now let's move to another one. See what I'm doing. You can see different styles. You just have to be creative around it. You can see what I'm able to create here. So different styles. I just rearranged different styles. I've manipulated this background. You can see it now. So you can see what it gave us. So that is it for this one. Then you can equally decide, let's this time around, in blending different backgrounds is where you bring in more than one background and blend them together like this. Now this I blurred it with using Snapseed, not Snapchat. So in this one, this is one background, this is another background. So what do? I crop this So this is just about your creativity. I upload it, and then I bring in a shape to cover it up. So you can see now how this one is looking, and see how clean and neat the background is looking. Now another thing you have to know is that if you have this kind of the kind of design you make equally affects the beauty of the design, you get. So it's what determines how the background will really come out, you get. So if you are really good in designing, this background is really very beautiful, you get. So you can see how I'm able to bring in two backgrounds and blended it. You can see how it's actually looking, you get. So this is number 2. Then let's go into the number 3 part of it. Let's dive in. Okay, so in this number 3, we are going to be using plain color. So okay, now I'm going to delete this so we can use plain color. We are going to be using a plain color, then bring in backgrounds to cover edges. So I already have a plain color here, which is this white background. I can still draw so you don't get confused. Let's say that I have red. Okay, let me use red plain color. This is number 3. Let's say, let me use red, actually, dark red. So I'll now bring in backgrounds to cover the edges, give something sharp. Now I have to bring in backgrounds that suits it. Let's look for a background. Okay, I'm having network issue. There's network problem. So it has removed the background and brought out only the flower. Now I didn't really intend to use flower, but maybe I should just use it for the purpose of this tutorial. But so let me find another one. I don't intend to use flower. I don't really intend this. It's not a bad background anyways. Okay, so let's bring in, let's see what this will give us. blend it and reduce the opacity so it can blend. So can you see what it's giving us? Yep. So this background is plain. I actually would prefer this is white because this kind of manipulative background goes better off with white. Let's see other colors. So you can see this kind of is very plain and simple if you know what you designed on it, because it's not just the background but your design too matters. So can we see very looking just very simple. You can use this kind of backgrounds for plain designs, simple designs, and actually crop off some parts if you don't want them like this. I don't think I want them, so I can equally crop off here if I don't want them, so I can have something like this. So that is it for this. Let me just delete this red. Okay, so that is it for that. I can actually bring out other things that can complement it, other backgrounds that can complement it. Let me see if I can get something else that can equally complement it. So let's just try this. Maybe something that complements it. Something like this. This is just actually depending on what you want. I don't know if you understand. It depends on what you want to achieve, the kind of design you want to do, whether it's simple one. It's not every design that demands heavy backgrounds. I hope you understand. Not every design. Cool. You can actually do something like this. Can change colors. I think this looks nice. You can change colors. Give any color of your choice. And give the light, reduce the opacity to suit it. Reduce the opacity to suit it. Control this color. So you can see how I'm able to create something, a simple background, a simple design. So let's go to the fourth one. The fourth one, we can just use shapes to create something. It's kind of likely to the last one we did. Let's say something like this. Just use shapes. Let's say color. Let me use black, for instance. Then reduce opacity. Then do copy. Depending on what you want to design, you get this left for you. Can I try to reduce so much opacity? So this is depending, like I always say, depending on what you want to design. You can still use circle if this one doesn't align with you. You can use circle and clean off this. You can use circle, or let me see. Let's say black. Use this. Reduce opacity. So this is a nice background for you, depending on what you want to design. Simple backgrounds. You can still reduce the opacity more if it's too visible. Okay, so simple. Then another one is to, that's it for that. You can use triangle too, depending. It's your choice. Then you can actually bring in different backgrounds and blend them in using your opacity. So let's say I have this. Let's say I have this. Okay, I have this, and say I want this inside it, or should I say this? I'm just giving you an example. Don't even know what it will look like, but let's just okay. So all right, so you can see I was able to give this effect. All right, so you can see what it was able to give us. Then in your designs, you can decide to actually cover the remaining parts up. You get, or I can do this. Okay, so you can see what it gave us. So it blended two different backgrounds using opacity. And you can delete this and bring in another one. Let's see. But this will actually go better off with a right background. But let's see what it will give us. Alright, so we can see what it gave us. So that is it. See what it gave us actually. So these are simple ways you can create amazing designs. I believe this will help you in your next design project. So see you in my next video. Bye.